Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in this big oak. It's probably my biggest tree I have. If you've been watching my channel, you'll see that I did an air layer on it. Well, I didn't actually video the air layer, I did that probably, that's been on there a year and a half maybe, something like that. But about 3 months ago I took it off just to check it. It calloused over, but it reconnected, so there was no roots, so I redid it. And today I'm just going to, what I want to do today is just reduce back the tree a little bit. As you can see, it's going absolutely crazy, it's getting massive, so I want to reduce it back a little bit just so it's a bit tidier and a bit easier to manage. The reason why I air layered it is because the bottom of the tree, as you can see, it has this kind of nice bit of a twist and that on it. But then the top of the tree, from here, this bottom branch, all the way up to the top, was just dead straight. So my plan is to have just the top, probably can't hear now with that, like a formal upright with the top, and then maybe do something a little bit more twisty or something with the bottom, if we can get this air layer to take. So the first thing I'll do is just cut it all right back a bit so we can see what's going on, and then we might have a look in the air layer and just see if we're getting any roots growing there or what. So I'll bring the camera in a little bit closer, but sorry now I can't get the whole tree in because the shed is just isn't big enough for this tree. It's just too big. All this bottom, I'm not really worried about where branches are growing and stuff like that. I'm basically just let it grow like crazy, just trying to keep strength in the tree. When we separate it, that's when I will make a decision on what way I want the branches to grow and stuff. If we have to, we will chop all the branches off and start again. When I collect this tree, I collected about 4 years ago maybe. I have a picture of it there, and that's what it looked like. I don't know if you can see that. It was just, there was no branches on it, barely. There was a couple, but they ended up getting cut off anyway. I chopped this right back, and all the rest of it then I just grew on, so it was pretty bare when I got it. It was quite a tall tree, but it's got some really sick old bark on it, and it does have potential of being 2 good trees one day, hopefully. Now I just want to make it a little bit more manageable. As you can tell, Jesus, we'll have a lot of cuttings. We might try and do a bit of get some of them growing. I can either add them to my oak forest or maybe make another forest out of them, but we'll try them anyway. If they take. If they don't, doesn't harm. It's always worth a go. And like that, when the time comes to grow this bottom tree and the top tree, we'll decide on which branches to keep and which to cut off, and we'll start again with them. Now the top of the tree is not growing as strong. It is growing, but not as strong as the bottom. So I'm not going to go crazy on that. Again, I'm just going to give it a bit of a light pruning just to get rid of all the longer shoots. I'll leave as much growth on it as I can to encourage the roots. But at the same time, we don't want big, huge branches, thick branches growing again that we have to cover all off again. So, may as well prune them back a little bit anyway. Oh, it should be, just to try and keep the branches a bit more under control. Okay, just missing the light there now. So, that's a bit more manageable. Okay, I'm just going to move all these over here now. We'll go through them later and pick out some nice ones for cuttings. So, moment of truth. I'll cut this open, just make sure I've got some tape to seal it back up when I do. Okay, I'll have to go and get some tape. We'll just pause the video a minute. I'll get some tape and then we'll open it up and have a look. Okay, so I've got a bit of tape now, so I'm just going to slice this open. See how we're getting on. Let's check, because if it's close the gap again, we might have to open it up again. Not seeing a lot of roots here so far, just weeds, the weed roots. I'll take off this top bit. I'm not sure if this is even going to work, this airlayer. It's been on quite a long time now. It seems to be callousing again, pretty big callus, but no roots on it again. Okay, I think we're going to have to have a little better look at it. As you can see, we've got huge callousing, but doesn't seem to have linked back in again, but there is no roots at all growing on it, which is kind of weird. I was expecting some now with all the growth up top. Strange, okay. It's got massive lumps of callus growing. I don't know. At the end of the day, we might end up with just the bottom tree. We end up having to just keep this bottom. It should just be that bit. And get rid of all the top, because it doesn't seem to want to send out roots. You can see how thick the bark was. Plenty of moisture still in it, but just not taking it all. Okay. Maybe I'll try putting a different media in there instead of having it so soaking wet. Let's see what. Some of this stuff here I made up. It's got some sphagnum moss, a bit of compost. It's got seed and potting compost in it, some old soil. I'm just having it packed with sphagnum moss because I don't know, it just seems to be keeping it very wet but not doing anything. I'll mix up a little bit of that with it, but I'll get rid of the bulk of this. And we'll go again with it. So put this back on, and what we'll do is we'll just give that a painting with some rooting hormone. See how it goes. We'll give it another few months. You'd wonder, having no roots, how there's enough energy to grow all this on top. Well, it seems to be so. Right, I'll just take that back up. I'll just fill that again. Put some of this sphagnum moss down the bottom just to block up the holes a bit in the pot. Keep the moisture in it. Now we'll scoop some of that in. We'll fill the pot all the way up so that there's room for it to collect water. that should do it. What I will do, I have some of this root stimulant, so I'll mix some of that with some water and we'll soak that in, and we'll put it back up on the bench. It goes right up the top of the bank, up the back, so it can go back up there for another few months. We'll look later on in the autumn, maybe have a quick look at it again, and like that. We'll give it another year, see how it goes, and hopefully we get roots. If not, we'll just have to work with what we've left, which will be the bottom here, which we can maybe make some sort of a nice tree out of. Has a nice bit of a bend in it, but it just looked a bit odd having this bend at the bottom and then having it dead straight. Will be a pity if it doesn't take, because it would make a nice big powerful tree at the top of it. You can see up there it would be a pretty nice big chunky tree, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm in no hurry, so we'll just keep trying until eventually the top dies, then we'll know we've failed. But while it's still growing, we'll keep trying it and hope for the best. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Fingers crossed next time we look at this tree we'll have some roots in it, but we'll have to wait and see. So don't forget to subscribe so you get to see when I do that, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.